What's up, Neil?
Let's go. How do you think?
Well, season 4, episode 6. And hot off the heels of recording just a few days ago before that Primus show, remember?
Hot off.
So, one,
What song was that, by the way?
that was Here Come the Bastards by Primus. That's what they
Oh,
opened up
okay.
with
Yeah.
at the show. And one that was amazing. We talked about it earlier how one, they're, well, we'll get into that, but really excited today. 2 episodes today, but we're starting with someone special. Uh, I like to think of him as Mr. Michigan when it comes to music. Mr. Brian
Pardon me.
Maloney, Sonic Coast. How we doing,
I,
Brian?
I'm doing great, man. I'm looking at pure Michigan right now. Two dudes in a freaking garage drinking beers at 10:30 on a Saturday morning. That is pure Michigan, baby.
Absolutely.
I
I,
just
I,
love it. I love this visual I'm getting right now, man.
it's
So
hard to disagree with you. As we're watching you, who has, Sonic Coast, which is like Michigan music 100%, coming to us live with his Detroit Lions hat on in North
yeah,
Carolina,
yeah,
which is
yeah.
actually where you're from. That's why we're doing remote, right? I shouldn't say
Well,
from, but where you're
yeah,
currently located.
that's where I currently live is in North Carolina. There are a lot of Michigan, Detroit people that migrated down to North Carolina
Really?
that have, that well, yeah, they've raised my property taxes, and I'm not happy about it. So um, no, if I had the perfect setup in my mind would be to live in North Carolina in the winter and spend entire summers, fall, summer, fall, what have you, in Michigan would be.
Yeah,
Because
definitely.
I mean, Michigan summers, you shit, you can't beat them.
No.
You really can't. We just actually had a little party for my daughter graduated from Michigan State, and it was just awesome for that first time to be outside,
Yeah,
barbecue, music
yeah,
playing the whole day.
yeah.
Yeah, there is something about a Michigan summer.
It definitely can get, that humidity comes into play. We get it, but I mean, there's
We
just
got
nothing like it.
humidity, brother.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I know down south, you guys get humidity like a
Well,
biatch.
you're going to Virginia Beach for a show, right?
Yes.
You're gonna get some humidity, brother.
So I looked at the weather and I think Tuesday 90, 80, late high 80s, and then Wednesday I saw like 70, but it's because it's gonna
Wow.
rain Wednesday and Thursday. But yeah, it'll still be, yeah, it's gonna rain, and then you know what that means. Humidity goes
Yeah,
beep, beep.
Yeah, right,
yeah.
right. It feels great for like 5 minutes, and then it's like right back.
Yeah.
But you're going to a show while you're in
Yeah.
Virginia Beach on vacation, right? Who
Yep.
who are you seeing?
That mother that guy named Hardy. I don't know if you ever heard of him.
Hardy, big country guy.
Yeah, he's country. He's kind of like a country. They call him country slash rock and roll. I'm not sure if
I mean,
he's
I'm not country ain't my sweet spot. I don't know about you, Brian. I think we
I like like alternative country and kind of like rock country. Not into the bro country thing too much, man.
sure.
yeah, I hear you. And I feel like some Americana kind of bleeds into country-ish, you
Oh
know.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
for
no
sure.
doubt. I mean,
You
Chris
know, old
Stapleton,
97s with their
old
twang.
97. Yeah,
I mean, coming out of Dallas, even Wilco early on,
Will,
with
yeah,
Gunvolt and Uncle Tupelo,
we'll go a little bit. Yeah.
which Wilco's coming up here for us in
yeah.
Meadowbrook.
That's going to be a great show, man. First of all, what a great venue to see Wilco, and
Absolutely.
and then an evening with Wilco means no opener, two sets of Wilco. That'll be good.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
Right. And
Evening.
I mean, Neil knows this. We've talked about it. I mean, I remember Uncle Tupelo before there was Wilco. Like that's how far back I started following
Wow.
Tweety and Jay Farr or whatever. And then when they split up, so we went to a show at the Majestic with Wilco, and actually Old 97s opened up. And the
Wow.
Majestic's what, maybe 1,000 people, and it was all
Yeah.
stand.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And Wilco ripped through like 25 songs or something, and it was all
Wow.
AM being there, Summer Teeth, and then they just come out with Mermaid Avenue. So California Stars in that setting.
Yeah.
And that's what
Holy
I'm hoping for on the 13th, because on the 26th of June, Wilco and Billy Bragg are playing together in Boston, one night only, doing all Mermaid Avenue.
Holy crap.
So I'm
Wow.
hoping that this set, one of those sets, will be kind of heavy Mermaid Avenue, getting ready for that, because I mean, you don't see those songs that often.
No.
You know, and that's to me, that is some of the most amazing, to take Woody Guthrie's lyrics and then do the music and just make it work like that is so cool to me.
Yeah, that'll be a good. There's a lot of good shows coming up, man. We're getting in the thick of it here.
Oh, absolutely. The summer, I always call it, I call it the 26 concert season, because it never really stops. But I mean, the summer season is just something special.
Yeah.
I know
no
Kesha just played at Pine Knob again last night. I
Oh,
missed
yeah?
it this time. I figured maybe seeing her 3 times is enough. I can go to another show now.
Kesha twice.
So yeah, back to, I mean, how we first even met was way back on social media. You know, I saw
Yeah.
Sonic Coast, and saw it was all Michigan kind of based, you know, and started following you. And then I noticed Lori Stratton was like a
Oh yeah.
connection of ours. And she was a guest, season 2, I think it was. And
Great
yeah, so
people.
then just been following you ever since, and just always loved what you were doing. How did this all start? Like, tell us,
Yeah.
Well,
the origin story of Mr. Maloney.
Would
Oh
love
my
it.
God.
Yeah.
Well, the
Put me on
very
the spot.
the very abbreviated version is, like you guys grew up in the Detroit area. I loved it, man. People always knock Detroit and stuff like that, but I couldn't pick a better place to grow up, especially if you're into music and cars and sports and all that kind of stuff. So that was great. And then I graduated at 17, Shrine High School, go Knights, Royal Oak, and
Go Knights.
go Knights. And went to Specs Howard School of Broadcast Arts. You might have heard those ads like on Riff and stuff like that. Well, I signed up, and I went and I graduated, and started in radio broadcasting at age 18, I guess, by the time I got out of there. And bounced around a couple markets in Michigan, but then the business radio just takes you all over the country, and spent time in Wyoming and Texas and Michigan, of course, and then North Carolina, where my primary residence is right now. And so I retired. I had a great career, loved it, and I retired. And I said, man, what can I do for fun? And I'm like, I'm going to start an online radio station that is Americana roots rock, because that's not being served right now in Michigan. And I'm going to make it half Michigan artists, because the music scene in Michigan is the best I've ever seen in my travels across the country. So I started that like 2.5 years ago. And then just 3 months ago, launched another one called Sonic Detroit, which is full on Detroit classic rock that, I grew up with primarily in the 70s, listening to Riff and ABX and stuff like that. So here I am, man, at 64 years old, still playing frickin' records. I mean, all digital files now.
No, I love the story. First of all, and you mentioned Specs Howard. Well, I mean, Neil's sister went to Specs Howard, and
Oh wow! Did she get the business, or?
No, she
did for a bit. I mean, I would say at least tangent to.
Yeah, she was actually just doing like court reporting for a law firm,
Yeah.
Now she's an accountant, but I mean, she loved it. I mean,
absolutely.
Kind of like you growing up, she loved it, wanted to get into broadcasting, radio and everything, and it didn't work out the way she might have planned, but
it's tough, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like you said, Brian, you had to go where you had to go just to keep it moving forward, right? So you ended up in Wyoming, of all places.
I know. I started out on the air too, and I did that for like 12 years on the air, and it's like, man, I just can't make enough.
You were in Wyoming for 12 years?
No, I was in Wyoming for 9 months, man. I got there and I asked for a transfer. And like, this wasn't Jackson Hole. This was Rock Springs, Wyoming, which is just horrible.
Audience of 4.
Yeah.
You got kind of like our podcast audience, man.
No,
We hope
you
to
know,
get the far.
hey, so all right, so we met for breakfast. I
Yeah,
gotta tell.
Canterbury Palace, right down the road here from
Well,
us.
but where was the original location?
Oh, it was supposed to
Here's my
be
story.
Mimosa.
Oh yeah, that's
because we went
Yeah,
there for was it Father's Day? We went with my kids. And it was really cool. Great place, good drinks, and set it up right there in Farmington, right by
I
Dearborn
know.
Music in
So
Farmington.
I not met Kal. Is like, hey, meet me at Mimosa. And so I pull in. I'm like, God dang, man, this is a fancy place. They must be crushing it on this podcast, man, making big money. throwing back mimosas on a weekday morning. And it turned out it wasn't open.
yeah.
So then we went over to the Canterbury, which I love. That's more my style.
Me too.
Well, yeah. And then you're like,
And,
yeah, this is probably go ahead.
and that was good, man. I like the Canterbury. That was that's technically Redford, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, and the thing is, even though I got in my car and drove home, I can literally walk there in about less than a minute. And it's kind of become a place where, I envision my, being that mafia don and having his place conducting business. That's kind of what the Canterbury is to us now.
Yeah, man.
If we're meeting anyone, we can just go there. Great breakfast, awesome staff. But no, that was a great time. And that's one of the things I love about doing this. Like you were talking, you said what, 64, and here you are. I mean, I started at 48, having the best time in my life. Got to meet you, and then here we are having you on. It's stuff like that no matter what, it's going to kind of keep you going because meeting new people, interesting, and that's what it was missing in my life. And music just reconnects everything. I'm a firm believer in that. And then I'm sitting there watching your, all your posts and that. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man, I'm going to every one of these shows that you're talking about, and then I'd see a video of you popping up at like St. Andrews, like, here I am or whatever, which I got to give you credit because your social media game is pretty much on point, especially when I'm looking at it versus mine, because I hate doing videos, I don't like my voice, and I'm sure, that's natural, especially when you've never done it before, but kudos to that. I mean, I've been watching you and I picked up a lot of tips and tricks, to be honest. You're dumb not to.
Your concert videos are epic, man. You got, I mean, so I do want to know how many shows, Neil, have you been to? Do you keep track?
All right. How about this? Since we started Two Dudes and Killer Tunes, which was 3 years ago, 2023, right?
Yep, April 23.
I've been to way more shows than I've ever been to. So in those 3 years, let's just say on average, we've probably been to me personally, 8 to 10. So the last 3 years, 24 to 30-ish.
Okay.
My whole life, well, easily a couple hundred, maybe, or excuse me, a couple hundred, 250 to 3,
I would say at this point, you're probably approaching that for sure.
Yeah. I mean, we went to a shit ton of shows.
And I mean, when people, how many concerts have you, I always say the event, like, if I go to a 4-day festival, that's what's one show. You know what I mean? Like, even though you're seeing a million people. But yeah, I would say, well, for me, I didn't go for years. I used to go forever, kept track of all of them. And I was probably about 200-ish before starting. And since, I mean, I'm probably 4 approaching 5. I mean, there's some months I was hitting 6 or 7. It just depends. Wow. And then when I didn't have a job, and then the other thing is, I mean, I don't know if people know, you can get concert tickets with like your credit card points and shit.
Yeah.
So in 25, I went to 8 shows, I mean, not free because you have to spend the money, but I use it for travel, right? Yeah. So I spend a crap ton of money, you get free tickets and stuff. So, it's been fun. I go to a lot of them by myself, which is fun because I need to talk to more people and you just have the experience yourself. To me, that's always what music's been. It's an internal self thing. With a bigger, when you go to a show, but it's always been very personal to me, like that experience. That's why when people are like, oh, you video, but It takes nothing away from me,
No.
because if I wasn't videoing, I'd be standing there completely still staring at it, just like I am right now.
Yeah. Right.
You know, I don't sing, I don't dance, I don't get in the way. I just enjoy the moment. And okay, now I just do that by grabbing, a minute clip from each song or whatever. And I mean, shit, we're up to 2,500 videos on YouTube now,
That is
from all
insane.
the shows we've been to in the last 3 years. So, I
Are
mean,
you
that
going
grows
to
daily.
Are you going
And
to the Jack White show at Pine Knob?
so I had Jack White written down here. Exactly when is that?
I think it's in July, but
It's
I
like
was
July
just curious.
24th, something like that,
Yeah, that
maybe.
sounds right. But like, he does not allow cell phones.
Oh, no
Like,
kidding.
you either have to leave it in your car or lock it in some bag.
Well,
And
that was not the case at the Masonic, because I was all over that like a
wow,
madman.
yeah, yeah,
If you look, Masonic April 12th on YouTube, I got a ton of videos, and
that's
I was
awesome.
moving around pretty good until I'd get kicked out. Great, like, oh, when he did Stooges, I Want to Be a Dog or whatever.
Oh,
He played that. Seven Nation Army, great footage. And then at Bourbon and Beyond, which is tougher to try to,
yeah, yeah.
crack
It's
down.
like
I
like
mean,
that.
Maynard's playing festivals with Tool. I don't know what that guy's going to do.
Oh, maybe being a large venue, 14,000 people or whatever. They
Well,
don't have that rule.
Hmm.
That'd be
but
hard to police.
it's tough. But you know what? Maynard tried that shit at Pine Knob with Sasanta
Really?
with Pussifer and Perfect Circle and Primus. And to me, it's a shame, because if you don't want to have videos, put them in bags. Comedians do it all the time, and people have
Yeah,
no
yeah,
problem with it. But you had the, the ushers policing people with phones, which they shouldn't be doing.
uh,
That puts them in a tough spot,
yeah,
especially when people are drinking all damn day.
yeah. No kidding.
But then the very last song is like, okay, now pull your phones out and take a video. Well, now you have it both ways. Either you love it or you don't. Either get rid of it or allow it.
Yeah.
It's kind
Oh,
of my
so they
stance on
they
it.
did that, like you could pull your phone out on the last song,
Uh-huh. That's what he'll
which
say.
I
He'll make
guess
an announcement. You can
everybody
take it
does.
out and take a video now, which is dumb to me, because now
Yeah,
you're just on both sides of it.
yeah.
And it's a
That's
power control thing more than anything. And then whatever. I'd have no problem going to the show, putting it in a bag if that's what your policy is. But if it's
yeah.
not, whatever. I could talk forever. But back to Jack White. One, it's the first time he's ever playing Pine Knob.
I know.
So like, how
Which
can you not go to that, right?
Yeah, I know. He's on my bucket list too. I have not seen that dude, and I really want to see him.
So that's funny you say that, because until April 12th of 25, I had never seen him either, White
Really?
Stripe, solo, or
Yeah.
anything.
Same here.
So good. And then I saw him Bourbon and Beyond. And the coolest part about that was watching all the other people that aren't from Michigan
Yeah,
experience it and talk how
yeah,
great he is and everything, which makes you feel proud for some weird
yeah.
reason, right?
Yeah. Right.
But
As
then,
it should.
because I mean, I saw him in Detroit. Of course, people are going crazy at the Masonic, but then
Yeah,
seeing it like that was really cool to see, the homegrown talent
Yeah.
at a festival like
I
that.
bet you it was totally not weird, but like, I bet you it was probably, it might have been
that's our
loud.
guy.
Oh,
You know?
yeah.
Yeah. Like,
The people were so jazzed. So,
from Detroit.
would you, are you thinking about coming in town for that maybe?
I might look into that. I just got to confirm the date. I am headed up there sometime in
How
July.
how great would that be? A two dudes Sonic Coast, Sonic Detroit collaboration
Jack
tailgate
White.
going
Oh,
into Jack White. He'd probably want to be on the show with us if
Yeah,
with
I,
all
I,
with all that clout surrounding it,
yeah.
right?
Hey man,
we don't
if
have
you
room
laugh,
for him.
We don't have room for him.
No, and Brian, real quick,
he
how many
can't bring
shows?
his phone.
Yeah, Brian, you had asked me, and how many shows have you been to?
I don't.
If you have an
I,
answer.
I really probably don't have an answer other than it's hundreds, maybe thousands. I don't know.
Yeah.
I went to, growing up in Detroit, I went to so many shows: Cobo, Pine Knob, Olympia, Masonic, all that.
Love it.
Royal Oak Music Theater when they still had seats,
Mhm.
which is a great venue.
Yeah, it
But
is.
yeah, I don't know. And then, being in radio, this is going to
Oh,
sound,
geez,
people
yeah.
are going to be like, oh man, you suck. At some points it became work, because you'd have to go to the show and, take winners backstage and all that kind of stuff. And since some of them were stupid and, said inappropriate things to the artists. And But yeah, I don't know, hundreds, but I love it, and the best part about it was the free tickets.
Right, for
You
sure.
know, I spent the most I ever spent on a ticket last year to see Tyler Childers.
Okay.
And oh my God, I can't believe I am spending, I think it was $300 on a ticket or whatever, which you guys are probably laughing at because
No, I don't.
freaking dropped that in a. But
No,
anyway,
no,
I
that
walked
is, to me, that's a serious dollar amount still. And to put that in perspective, just recently, I get Smashing Pumpkins, my number one, right?
Yeah.
Are
Oh,
playing
wow.
Hamilton, the TD Coliseum in Ontario, where McCartney played when I went. And I spent, it was about 275,
Yeah.
but I'm 12th row right in front of Billy
Yeah.
Corgan. Like to me, that's
So,
money I'll spend any day of the week. To
yeah,
go see some rando for that amount up in the lower bowl just to get content, no, that I'm not
yeah,
doing that.
I spent $300. I think I was like 10th row or whatever. And I walked out of there saying that was awesome. I would do it again. It was just
Okay.
a great
Oh,
show.
good.
Loved them. Yeah. No, it was
We
great.
went.
How much was McCartney?
So I took my mom, and I mean, the one nice thing is was Canadian dollars.
Oh,
So
okay.
in the end, it ended up being about between 500 and 600 a ticket. So it was a lot, but to me, I'm back to experiences,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know. And it's funny because that was such a great event. TD Coliseum used to be Cops Coliseum, completely renovated. So that was the grand opening with McCartney
Oh,
last
nice.
November. Took my mom. She didn't have the right ID. We did get over the border, but I have to call her out on that just because it was awful. Just kidding. But uh but no, the venue was amazing. It's only about 12 to 13,000, so like a small little Caesars.
Wow.
And he's 83. The man ripped through 36 songs, played over 3 hours, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, I took, and for him, a lot of times I might take a longer video and cut it, but I took like less than a minute video of every song and then put it away because it was just such a great
Yeah.
moment. And then, but I'll post them and a lot of great feedback, comments, views, but everyone is like, can he just stop already? And I'm like, guys, he's 83. He's still doing it. And the people, I think if you were there, you would have been loving every minute of it.
Hmm.
Because
Yeah.
while you're there, you don't notice how the voice truly sounds because the music's
Yeah.
going, and you got the background. But in the videos, it doesn't do it justice. Or the
Yeah.
crowd's lame. I'm like, you saw 30 seconds,
Yeah.
It could
Yeah.
look like a funeral and then be a mosh pit, half a second later or whatever. But
I gotta.
it's a shame. I'm like, dude, and I'm like, he's quitting in 26. He said he's done. So this is
Oh, really? This
84.
is it? Yeah, McCartney's like a religious experience. I remember seeing him, I don't know, 5, 10 years ago.
So you have seen him.
Yeah, and I mean, I honestly like sat there and was like, I can't believe I'm seeing this, man. It was just like I said, a religious experience.
That's rad.
Yeah. And at the end, me and my mom were walking back to the hotel and his huge bus starts pulling out. I mean, the whole crowd's emptying out and he's standing right in the front of the tour bus and he's waving to
Really,
everyone
really,
and just eating it up. And it was such a great
yeah,
experience. I kind of get upset when I see those comments, but I always keep it clean and whatever because you know what? When it comes to music, people have their own thoughts and everything, and they're not wrong. You may not
yeah.
agree with them, and there's no reason to fight about it.
Right.
I got a good McCartney story. This is like 2 weeks ago. This one night, I get a text from my son. He's an attorney, and he was up in New York on business. It was like 9:30 at night, and he texts me. He says, "Dad, I'm having dinner, and guess who's at the table next to me?" And I'm like, "I don't know who's at the table." He says, "Paul McCartney."
Oh my lord.
And then he says, "That's big, right?" You think? Um,
That's big.
and he was in New York for Saturday Night Live that week, rehearsing and
Okay.
everything. So my
Right.
son
Yeah.
ran into him. He
That-
said it's low key. Everybody's leaving him alone, and I'm like, that is probably the biggest music star on the planet alive. right now.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
really?
that's tough to argue. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's
He's
very
like,
tough to
really?
argue.
I'm like, yeah.
Number 2 might be Ringo,
The
who I actually saw last year as well at Bourbon and Beyond. I tell you what,
All-Star
that
Band.
festival is amazing, man. The
I know.
lineup,
God
top to
bless
bottom,
you.
every day. I mean, you can
It
see
is.
anything.
It is. I'm not a big festival guy, but
You should come in for a day, man.
that is pretty strong. That festival, man. It is stacked with talent, no doubt.
They do. I mean, my goal was to go to a different festival every year. So it was Lollapalooza 24 that last year. I'm like, no, I'm going back. Because I was by myself, but now me, Neil, and then John Shack, who's been on our show 4 times, is going with us. And that's end of September. Day we get back, Ben Harper at St. Andrews.
Wow, that's a good gig.
Oh,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I've never seen him at St. Andrews. I don't know if he's ever played there, to be honest. I can't wait for it.
Wow.
may have, but
That's
So do you remember your first show ever?
Yeah, man. I kind of have 2 first shows, if you can do that. My first show was with my family. My parents took us to see John Denver, Harry Chapin, and Bob Dylan at Olympia. And it was like a night of songwriters or storytelling or whatever. And my dad really liked John Denver at the time. He's really
How old
big,
were
so
you?
I don't know, man. Young teens, maybe.
Okay. I was like 12, 13. Okay, go ahead.
But then my first, like, all right, man, let's hop in the Camaro, go to a show. That one, grab some beers, get some Stroh's long necks. That one happened in August of 1976. It was Johnny and Edgar Winter, Frank Marino, Mahogany Rush at Cobo, and then I was off to the races. Just with concerts. Just saw so many great shows at Cobo. But look, Masonic was great, and Pine Knob, and Royal Oak Music Theater. Saw shows at the Flint IMA, Chrysler Arena. What's the one in Ypsi? When I was growing up, the something Field House. Can't remember, but
I'm not entirely sure. Just
yeah,
not the EMU Field House, was it?
Well, maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah,
it could have been, yeah.
Yeah,
because Greta Van Fleet was supposed to play there. Remember, a few years back they were doing 5 shows, but in kind of weird places.
Yeah.
And they did Grand Rapids, Saginaw, Ypsilanti, and I think the Ypsilanti one ended up getting postponed due to illness or something. I don't know they ever did it. Did you ever go to one at Grandy Ballroom?
Come on, I'm not that old, man.
I don't. Well, that's
no.
That's what I don't know. To be honest, because I've only heard all of the stories of it, Zeppelin and this and that. Well, that was more of a segue because our season 1, episode 4 was Ryan Maxey, which was an old soccer friend of mine. I went to my second concert ever with him, which was Black Crowes opening for ZZ Top at the Palace. That was my 16th birthday on the nose. Neil played high school soccer with him. I hadn't met him or seen him in 30 years. His dad worked at the Grandy Ballroom and actually handed the violin bow to Jimmy Page when Led Zeppelin played there.
Oh, shit.
Uh-huh. So, yeah. And funniest thing is we forgot to mention it when he was on the show. So I had to make sure I worked it in there. I mean, how could you Michigan music, Grandy Ballroom? I mean, you don't know anyone that's ever been there, really. You just hear the stories, and now I don't even know if the building's there crumbling or completely gone.
It is. I was last time I was in Michigan. Well, here, you'll appreciate this. As a matter of fact, I was thinking about this today. So it's still there. It's on Grand River Avenue. I mean, it really is kind of like the holy grail, the shrine of Detroit rock and roll.
Right on.
So it's there, Grand River Avenue, and I took my drone down there a couple months ago, and I'm like freaking waiting for traffic to clear on Grand River. I run out there, I launch my drone, and I'm flying around getting great shots of the Grande. I mean, it's like, the roof is caving in and everything like that. So I'm like, maybe somebody will care about this. So I throw it up, and it got like 80,000 views. I'm not shitting you. And so I'm like, wow, that's cool. So the next time I went back, I took my drone down to Harpo's and risked my life. You've been to shows at Harpo's, right?
I've never actually been there, to be honest.
Oh
I've only
God,
heard
man.
the stories.
Anyway, I did some drone footage at Harpo's too, another, classic venue, and they do really, people seem to be interested in that stuff. So
Absolutely. I mean, and that was, like one thing with us. I'm like, we remember all these shows, all that music, and that's really what we do. We just reconnect with people, talk about it, piece together because
yeah,
we couldn't have phone. No, we didn't have phones. You couldn't document it. So you just remember and
right.
talk about it. And that's what, and then you get all jazzed up. Then we end up going to shows with those people now, which is the best.
Yeah,
So that's what we have to figure out. We need to try to make that Jack White Pine Knob happen.
yeah.
I mean, that
I gotta
just
look that
seems
up,
like
man, to get that.
do you have anything on your list coming up that you got tickets for or anything?
Nothing that I have like tickets in hand for. Like I said, I prefer smaller venues. If I was in the Detroit area, I would go to that Wilco show in a second.
Yeah.
Um, I'll tell you, here's a good one, man. If you're into him, Charlie Crockett is playing the Fillmore on July 20 or June 23rd. That'll be a good show.
Yep.
See,
I
Spoon's
want to
going to
say,
be up there. Echo and the Bunnymen. They got some good shows there in June at the Fillmore.
yeah, June, a lot of stuff coming up. I don't really got many tickets just because big boy job and stuff.
Yeah,
But a
what's up
lot of
with
them, it's
that,
going to be
man?
kind of that last second if it works out.
Sure.
But there's so many coming up. And I noticed you do seems to be quite a few ticket giveaways and stuff through Sonic Coast and that.
Yeah, fortunately, Live Nation Michigan really stepped up to support Sonic Coast and the local bands. When I started Sonic Coast, I went to them like early on and said, "Here's what I'm doing, man. Come on, help me out. These are local bands trying to
Mm-hmm.
make it." And they were like, "Yeah, we'll do that. Help us promote some of our shows, but we will support you and the local bands." And I was like, I remain forever ever grateful to them for that, and the local bands should too, man. Because yeah, it's been great. So anyway, we do a lot of promotional stuff with them.
No, that's awesome. And I mean,
Yeah,
I just are you kind of addicted to the grind like I am? Like
totally. Yeah,
it,
I mean, Monday,
it's very
Tuesday.
easy to see how like those crazy entrepreneurs can turn into that. Not like we're
Yeah,
doing crazy work here, but it's like it's I
I
hate to sound so cliche, but it's not work because you fucking love doing it so much.
I'm just disappointed that you have a job now. Like the last when we had that breakfast at the Canterbury, you were I liked unemployed.
Unemployed
You
Cal was an amazing Cal.
unemployed Cal was,
But
was
let's be
pretty
honest,
cool.
unemployed Cal had a nice little severance that he was living off of that was bleeding fucking heavy.
And then he says,
It wasn't just a flesh wound, it was like a mortal fucking impact there by the end.
and then you say, "Yeah, man, that $8 a month Facebook job wasn't getting it done." And
Yes,
I
yes,
haven't made
exactly.
$8 on Facebook. Actually, I
You
just
know,
started.
and that's what it comes back to. That's never what it was about. It was
Yeah,
really, it
I'm not.
started out being able to hang out with Neil more, and then reconnecting with people, going to shows. And I will say this, it was two Smashing Pumpkin shows that drove the whole thing. May of
Wow,
22 in Columbus, me, Neil, my brother Paul went. Kemba Live, 5,000 capacity outdoor, and they
wow,
just ripped through like amazing songs. And then November of 22, just me and my daughter Kennedy went to LCA when Jane's Addiction opened up for him. And it was like those shows were just so like amazing.
Brought you back too.
Right. And it was Smashing Pumpkins who were like my band, back in the 90s. I mean, I saw them at the state fairgrounds for the first time in December of 93.
wow.
Breslin in 94. I actually skipped my University of Detroit all sports banquet to go to the
Damn,
Breslin Center and see the Smashing Pumpkins.
there you go.
Oh, so
What was
worth
your first show, Neil? What
First
was your
show.
first show?
Oh, so I kind of have two answers to that as well. I saw the Monkees. Now,
Wow.
obviously, this is like 1993 in Arizona. And it was like kind of a festival. I don't know. It was Phoenix, but
Kind of like a state fair.
yeah,
Play
kind of like a
or
state
something.
fair. And I mean, I don't really call me that my first show, but it technically was my first show.
Yeah.
Monkeys were absolutely huge though for a
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. Oh,
Some of
yeah.
those songs are iconic.
Oh yeah. And then shortly thereafter, the first real show I saw it. I think it's called Phoenix Amphitheater. It might have been called something else, or is that now? But I saw the Gin Blossoms.
Oh, that'd be a good show.
They're an Arizona band. I was in Arizona, and that was my first show. And
So I got to
It's a nice
jump in
show.
on the I always gave crap about the Gin Blossoms, right? Because in the '90s, like
Yeah.
the
They're kind of
grunge and all
poppy.
this other stuff, they
Yeah.
came out more, but they're actually good. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, no matter
Yeah.
what, anyone that can play a song in front of thousands of people is already better than me.
Yes.
I'm gonna call them good. I may not really like them, but I did see them at Bourbon and Beyond last year.
Yes.
And I tell you what, people loved them. It was a great time. They
Yeah.
sounded great. And they did a whole tour, Blues Travelers, Spin Doctors, and Gin Blossoms.
Yeah.
Super successful. And all three of them played like boom, boom, boom at Bourbon and Beyond last year.
Oh, wow.
And then they're actually doing more stuff again this year, which is cool to see, that those bands actually created those friendships and kind of, like the local Michigan bands, they kind of look out for each other, except,
Yeah.
of course, the White Stripes and Von Bondies back in the day. I don't think they looked out for each other
Right.
very well. I love when people will be able to get that reference.
Yeah.
So, this is the point where we talk about, well, one, before we jump into that, one thing I also do like, and it was something I always prided myself on. I talked about Uncle Tupelo and Wilco and that. I love being at the ground floor, right? But as you get older, you also kind of get set in your ways. The
Yeah.
part I also love about Two Dudes is I'm watching, experiencing, going to so many more concerts, whatever, of new music, new artists. Who are some of the new ones that you've kind of picked up on or that you're paying more attention to?
Well, I mentioned the one Tyler Childers, although he's been around a while. I've really gotten into him in the past few years. I love the Black Crowes. I love that the brothers got back together. I think they make some really good rock and roll.
Do for sure.
Yeah, man, they're and I guess living in the South, they've always been really big. Like they're playing here Sunday night. Actually, they'll probably sell out like a 14,000 seat amphitheater here.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, I'm trying to think. I've always been a huge Allman Brothers fan. Well, that's not new.
No, I know, but those I would have loved to have seen them back in the day. It's one of
Yeah,
those
I saw
bands that I
them.
didn't get immersed in, but everything you listen to is just so great. So,
Yeah. But gosh, man, I'm just kind of drawing a blank right now.
it's all right. But you know what is a great place to actually find newer artists and actually some established is the Sonic Lunch in Ann Arbor.
Yes.
How
Great
crazy
place.
is that lineup this summer?
Grace Potter is freaking gonna be there.
I know Lindsay Lou is just there Thursday.
Yeah. They
Grace
got the
Potter.
Accidentals.
I mean, one of the ones that we love, newer to us, even though I think he's been grinding out of Kalamazoo or whatever for the better part of the last decade, is Michigander. And I think you
He's
just
great.
talked to him, didn't you,
I
recently?
did. What a great dude, man. That guy is, he's so authentic and so
Right.
appreciative of anybody that'll listen to his music.
Uh-huh.
And so he's got a new album coming out July 31st. He's released a couple songs and they're charting. So it's off to a pretty good start. Really happy to see him.
Yeah, that's cool that you talked to him because he seems authentic on just the clips that I saw, and then even I've seen him in concert twice.
Yeah, we saw the St. Andrews show the last time he was here. And
Dude.
that was the first time I seen Michigander, and they were amazing. I mean, and they have a blast up there. The crowd was awesome. He's playing St. Andrews again in November.
Yeah, November.
But he's doing
13th.
Sonic Lunch in August. And you know what? It just so happens, I think I have an appointment that day in Ann Arbor. So I'm probably going to need some time off work.
Yeah,
a
I
little bit
think
that day on a
stroll
Thursday,
over there for
August
lunch.
5th.
That's so funny.
But no, they've been doing Sonic Lunch for years, and they got Mavis Staples is playing. I think she's closing out the summer. I mean, good Lord.
Yeah.
But I've never been to one yet.
Oh, really? I've been to like 3 of them.
You know, have you? That's what I figured. I mean, it's
I
just
saw Carl Denson.
okay.
Last
And
summer.
I know Junior did last summer. I saw them at Magic Bag, and then they did Sonic Lunch the following week or whatever. They're a cool band to see. I've never seen
Yeah, I
them
like that
band.
band.
And the one dude's a local soccer guy. He played for the same club that me and Neil did back in the day.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, there's a lot of good local artists. Oli, a guy named Oli, Ohly. He's a really good singer-songwriter out of Detroit. The New Old is a good rock and roll band out of Detroit right now. There's just so many. It's just so much. It's
What is the Gypsies or whatever?
Gasoline Gypsies.
Yes, yes.
They're technically out of the Port Huron / Detroit area. They just dropped a new song called 74 Summers. I think that band will probably pop here in the next year and a half, like really blow up.
I feel like they're right there.
Yeah, they really are. They just they really are. Their songwriting is just spot on, and the music, and we track all our data, like likes on the app. People can thumbs up songs while they're playing, and they are consistently get the most response of any local band. And so they're deserving, and they're good, and I think it's going to happen more. I really do.
That's what I've noticed. Just like it seems in the last 6 months to a year, where people outside of Michigan have really started kind of, commenting more on their posts and like everything else. And that's really cool to see.
They've had some good videos that, like, I think Mud in the Water is one of their signature songs. I think it's probably over 1 million views now. So, that type of stuff just catches on.
You said they're rock and roll?
Yeah, Americana rock, roots rock.
Okay.
Yeah, good stuff.
Kind of stuff we like.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you'd like them.
Well, I know Kal's heard them. I haven't heard them.
Yeah, for sure. No, totally. Great
guitar
band.
Guitar-driven rock and roll.
So now we get to the point of the Forever 5, Deserted Island, full Spotify catalog. When you punch their name in, that's all you got. Those 5 of them.
And you accidentally went on a boat, and you're like, "Oh,
yeah, you're Gilligan's Island all by yourself."
Oh my gosh!
Well, you got that phone that's forever charged.
But
it's only perfect cellular service out in the middle of nowhere. No one can locate you on that phone.
You look like a boat guy.
Oh man. Well, the Allman Brothers would be in there.
Nice.
Love it.
I don't think the Beatles would be in there.
I don't think we have had an Allman Brothers, to be honest.
Really?
You may have.
If it is, I would say if it is, and we've probably talked at least 60 some episodes, Forever 5, it's maybe one. I mean,
wow, yeah. Allman Brothers would be on there. The Beatles would have to be on there. I would probably put Johnny Winter, blues guitar player, on there. He was one of the first concerts I saw at Kobo, so I'd put him on there, and his brother Edgar. I really like them. Let's see. I would probably.
Hello?
I think it froze. I could see me moving.
Says unstable network connection.
Okay.
Oh, okay. You're frozen.
I'm frozen?
Yes.
Right. The video is, but we can hear you.
But we couldn't hear you for a second there, for about 8-10 seconds.
Well, the Boston first album, even though it got overplayed and stuff like that, I kind of been appreciating it a little bit more.
There you go. You're moving again, bro.
We're back on.
Okay. So
we're going to leave that in there because you know what?
Yeah.
When you have Wi-Fi connected in the garage, sometimes shit just happens, But like a concert, you just keep plugging forward, Brian.
Keep going.
You know what? It's now about 11:30. We're a few beers in. We're still going strong.
And you guys are recording another episode at 3:30, right?
Correct.
3 o'clock is what we're shooting for. Yes.
What's going to happen between now and 3 o'clock?
We're going to go back and we'll rehash, the lessons learned, the goods, the bads, and make sure that we really focus on, we're probably going to sit around, drink more beer, hang out, and see what's on TV.
What am I up to? 4?
Yeah, we got Allman Brothers, Beatles, Johnny Winter, Boston, and then we're on 5.
Man, gosh.
Hendrix.
Some Hendrix album, yeah.
All
I
right.
mean, there's so many. It's hard. That's a hard question.
Absolutely.
It is, and people are like, "Oh, 5's too many. It should be 3." I'm like, it doesn't matter. Once you get down to that last 1 or 2, it's all hard.
Yeah.
So I've changed mine. I started out.
Yeah.
I mean, my firm ones, I don't see ever changing are Pumpkins, Ben Harper, and Lou Reed. Because you punch in Lou Reed, you get all the Velvet Underground songs too.
Yeah. Well,
That's
how did
the
you get into
loophole.
Lou Reed at your age? I'm just curious.
What's funny is one actually, Walk on the Wild Side. Everyone knew that song. So that's how I'm introduced to him pretty much. And I used to work at a place called Mr. Mustard's Chicken and Ribs back in the day when I was 15. So that would have been in 90. And the owner, who was like a chef, like in the Detroit area for years, and then he just started this place. Actually, it was really good food, and I learned a lot there. But he had a cassette tape. It was the Lou Reed, was it New York or whatever, like Dirty Boulevard, and those songs were on it. Listen to that, and then I just, well, really where it all started, I'm sorry, was Velvet Underground. Heroin was in the Doors soundtrack.
Okay.
So then back then, I mean, remember watching that movie, and I had to go through the credits to find that song, and it was Velvet Underground, because at that point, I never heard of them. I was like 14, 15. I was never a huge music guy, like learning, like immersing in it. So I'm like, oh, that song was awesome. I just loved that song because it's the way it goes and comes down and blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, Velvet Underground, cool. So who's this Lou Reed guy? Then it's like, oh, he's the Walk on the Wild Side guy. So I connected those two together. And then I started with the best of the Velvet Underground, like their greatest hits, which is awesome. And then got more into Lou Reed when I found that tape at my work. And then he came out with Magic and Loss about 91-ish, I think it was. And the whole album was like about his friend who had passed due to cancer or whatever. So he played the Fox Theater in 92. It was actually the third concert I ever went to at 17 was Lou Reed.
Wow, that's cool.
And he played that whole album front to back.
Really?
And I kind of think back, like being 17 and, a couple people I'm with, and like we want to see the Lou Reed's, but in the end, he came out with Walk on the Wild Side, I think, Sweet Jane, and just a couple others, and ripped through them at the end, and it was awesome. And just loved him ever since. I mean,
that's cool.
Got his box set, so then you just dig deeper into it. And I mean, he was a weird cat for sure, but then me and Neil saw Lou Reed at St. Andrew's Hall in like 2001 or something.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yes. At St. Andrews.
Yeah, at St. Andrews.
Wow.
We saw him walk off his tour bus, walk in the back. We walked around the front, and he was already on the stage playing Sweet Jane.
Mm-hmm.
It was amazing.
No way.
Yep.
That's
and
cool.
Then originally I had Wilco
that
was in it.
That's in my forever.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I substituted.
Yeah, I substituted. I got the Doors in mine now with the Beastie Boys. Oh, it used to be CSNY and Wilco. So they're retired. I can never have them in it again, but
I mean, I always have Tom Petty and REM. I freaking love REM.
Yeah.
I loved REM in the mid-'80s. Tom Petty, fucking love that guy. And Wilco.
Yeah.
The National, you've heard of the National, correct?
Yeah.
And then Tragically Hip.
Yeah.
I freaking love Tragically Hip.
Yeah.
And then I can throw in the Arcade Fire, which is again another Canadian band. And
shout out to Canada. I got the jersey on because I'm going to the home opener next Friday, Canada against Bosnia World Cup in Toronto. I can't fucking wait. I'm so excited.
That'll be fun, man. I wonder
know
how much of a battle be at that.
I know. Well, Brian, this has been a blast. I'm super happy you were able to join us. We can make this work out. I can
appreciate you
having you on again, but I definitely would love to get to a show and do a tailgate with people.
I think that would be
let me take a look at when when I'm going to be up there and see.
Yeah, just check the summer out and
now
look
the
at.
Jack White's sold out, but I'm sure you've got your ways to get.
Well, Brian, it doesn't have to be like a big show. We can go. I would love to go see like we talked earlier, like a local artist, and just
You know what?
hang.
You know what you should keep in mind is Fillmore June 26th is Spoon.
Yeah, Spoon and the Beths.
Spoon.
Yeah, I don't think have you seen?
No.
Yeah, we've never seen them. We've always loved Spoon.
wanna
They're
see
playing the Fillmore, and we're going to do a tailgate episode right across the street from the Fillmore.
Nice.
Keep an eye on that one if you can, if it works out.
All right.
All right, everyone else, make sure you check us out on socials. Two Dudes, Killer Tunes. Best podcast ever, according to me and Neil. And we'll check you next time. Thanks.
See ya!
Thanks, Brian.
That's right, man. Good.
Hey,
good
that
job.
was awesome, Brian.
When you drop it, I'll share it. And
Yeah, so it'll be a week from Tuesday. Like we're right up against it. That's why we had to do the Her and Fucked Up episode. We went to a brewery, and Craig's We Are Soccer, like they're a huge thing in the area here. Had the owner of the brewery on, talked for a good hour or so.
Talk music.
Music, sports, World Cup, how they're having watch parties, beer tasting.
Yeah, it was
Craig texts me, he's like, "Hey, dude, the audio got fucked up. It didn't work."
Oh, God.
And I was banking on it. So me and Neil threw together the episode called Her and Fucked Up last Sunday. And it dropped Tuesday.
Before we went to Primus.
Right. Yeah. We did it before we went to Primus because we didn't want to fuck with a tailgate. It was this one will be right on the heels of recording, which is always fun. So
go get them. Have fun at the soccer game, man. That's freaking huge.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm so excited. I mean, in '94, you never know if you'll ever be at another World Cup again.
Sure.
And then when it was here, I had all these plans of doing different things, and sure as shit, I'm going to 2 games in Canada.
Yeah. That's great. That's awesome, man. Enjoy that.
But you know what? There's no good places close to us. Soldier Field, no place in Detroit. I mean, so you're either going Philly, New York, down south somewhere. So,
but
Toronto made sense. I love Toronto.
Yeah, totally. Great city.
Uh-huh. All right, man. Well, enjoy your day. I know the grandkids are coming or whatever. Have a great weekend. We'll talk soon.
Yeah, see each other soon. Yeah.
You too, man.
All righty. Bye-bye.